Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you can raise your hands one by one, and then I'll take whatever questions or issues that you have. Yeah, so Sai Sriram, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, can I just ask queries about the project?
Yeah, sure.
Sir, actually, during the evaluation, they pinged it, but the thing is that the credits have run out, sir. I've been using an API to run the LLM script, and I have very limited amount of credits. Now the credits have run out, and I don't know what to do. So I was just asking for any suggestions or anything like that. Like any advice would be helpful from the team.
Yeah, so which key did you use? Which is your provider?
Sir, actually, Open Router, sir. I'm using OpenAI's GPT 3.5 free tier version, but even that has run out apparently. So I've actually used $2 worth of credits, but they've run out due to requests happening, I guess.
So 3.5 is actually more expensive than 4.0 mini or something, right?
Yes, sir. But actually, the 3.5 tier was the only one that was working. I've tried different versions of it. All of the modern versions are now required for me to buy credits. Other tiers like Hugging Face and all, everything has changed. So they have like I'm supposed to pay for everything now. Hugging Face, there are very less free tiers available.
No, I meant your the AI pipe token. Did you not use the one we provided?
I did use that one also, sir, but actually it didn't work properly to me. That's why I switched to Open Router. Open Router worked for a while, and till yesterday also, today also the GitHub repo that like someone I think pinged my this thing and GitHub repo formed, but afterwards round two was not forming. So when I tested it myself using Postman, it says that insufficient credits. This account never purchased credits and something like that.
Okay. I mean, typically, what we found in our internal tests is that um, when you run the analysis that we ask, it shouldn't take. First of all, it shouldn't even take $1. So,
Yeah, I
um,
understand that, sir.
so it really depends on how you have done it. So that's the I I I will note down your issue, but I don't have an answer for it because
Okay, sir.
I think if I ask Anand, sir, he will say, well, this is what I
Achha.
presume he'll say because he said it in the past in previous terms as well that
Okay.
you should have managed it within the credit limits that we have provided because the solution is meant to be able to be done in that. So,
Understood, sir. Sir, is there any chance like I can, if I want to modify it, am I still allowed to modify my code base to try other?
Currently there is no scope for a retrial.
Uh,
But we will be, well, but one thing we will do is before we put out the marks. So let's say, for argument's sake, okay, let's say 90% of the students all face the same issue. Then we know we
okay.
need to do some changes with our evaluation, right? So in that you may have hope.
Okay.
But so that's why I cannot commit to anything right now. We are not yet finished the
Understood.
evaluations. So
Understood.
once we see what the landscape looks like, how the students' projects have performed, then we will have a better understanding of where to put a curve if needed, or if we need to change our evaluation methodology. So all these things we will analyze and then only we'll do. So we won't be unnecessarily unfair or brutal or anything, but we will look at first the whole set of results, then we will make a decision. Okay. One thing
Understood.
also I want, yeah, one thing I also wanted to mention to all of you, this project by far is the most complex evaluation we have ever carried out. So from our end also, there is a significant amount of work that has gone into this evaluation process. So there may be some adjustments that we will have to do. Okay, so just so that you're aware.
Sir, and just one last doubt. So, like, is it now this project, is it solely dependent on round one or round two also is carried out in this only?
Yeah, so there is round one and round two. The last I spoke with Anand was this morning. After that, he has, after our discussions this morning in the meeting, then later in the afternoon, he said he will be carrying out evaluations. I don't know what the status of those evaluations are because he said he will inform me as soon as it has been completed. Now, whether when he means completed, does he mean round one and two? I am not sure, but he intends to definitely
Okay.
run to at least 2 rounds. That much I'm certain.
Okay, sir. Sir, and just like this is the last thing, and like, is there any particular weightage? Like, if round one has more weightage or something, is like at least
We
partially mark can be given for.
Yeah, so we haven't decided that. So my point is we have to first look at how the performance of students have been across the board. Then
Understood.
only we will decide the weighting. That's one of the reasons we didn't even put the weightage of marks in the P1 description, because we
That
wanted
is
to
what.
actually, yeah, we wanted to actually see what the outcomes were like. And also we wanted to see if our tests are too difficult or if some tweaking in our tests are needed. These sorts of questions we have to resolve as a course team. So that's the reason this term we didn't exactly give you a gradient, because once we put it in stone, then it is very difficult for us to change it. You see. So this way, at
Okay.
least we have some little bit more flexibility. Like I said, I prefaced it with the point that this has been the most complex automated evaluation we have ever carried out on any student work. So
Understood, sir. Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much for
So
your
yeah,
help, sir.
yeah. No. So next is Adrija. Adrija.
Yes, sir. So my code, basically, the way I prompted and the way I made the GitHub repository, it is only expecting files like index.html, script.js, and styles.css, and no unnecessary other files. But for the round one task we received first, there seems to be some other files which we need to create. So my LLM probably is generating those files, but the backend is not properly analyzing this because I did not expect this to happen. So if I could try implementing, but I don't think that's allowed now, right?
Yeah, changes at this stage are not allowed. But I'll make a note that that is what you were expecting.
Yes,
And
sir. Because the tasks which were given on the project description, they were pretty simple, like markdown to HTML converter or the cells one. So those data was also encoded in base 64 only. So my code was able to fetch those things and handle those properly. But now the data JSON link which was provided in the second testing, my code cannot properly fetch it because of some course issue. So I don't know how much marks I'm gonna get because of these failures, and I don't think my code is gonna pass some of the checks. So
yeah, from what
I
I
don't know.
understood, attachments are sent as base 64, right?
No, this one was sent as a proper URL. My code is correctly trying to fetch it, but because of the course issue, it is not able to actually get the data.
Okay, so you have a course issue, really, actually, what you're saying.
Yes, yes.
Ah,
Like
okay,
in the code generated by the LLM, not my code. The one generated by the LLM for the repo, GitHub Pages repo, that one.
okay. Course
So,
with LLM.
so if the third task also goes this bad, I am just worried that how much marks will I get because it has a 20% weightage.
Sure, yeah. I've made a note of the issue because these all things I will discuss with Anand as well. So when we are
Yes, sir.
discussing,
Please.
yeah.
I think
Okay,
it will be helpful if at least one or two simpler tasks are sent, because everything else is working except I cannot create more files than those three simple files required for the pages enablement, and I haven't handled those. That's why I did not realize I have.
okay. One more thing I will also mention is next session we will be demonstrating a fully working solution that actually solves all these things. So you can see how it is handled. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Next is Aviral.
Yes, sir. So actually, I just right now I checked for this, what do we say, share volume. Yeah, they have created share volume in my GitHub for everyone. They
Mhm.
have created this. So round one and
Yeah.
round two, it's what do you say, receive task received successfully. So I just again checked from my side. They using Hugging Face link. that slash ready we use it, right? So
Mhm.
mine, I've created calculator and I also changed that, and that's working fine. So but what do you say, when I check for whatever IITM TDS have sent, so there I haven't seen any GitHub pages link in Actions tab. But for my side, I'm receiving whenever I'm creating round one, round two, I'm receiving GitHub pages, that link. But from IITM side, I'm not receiving any GitHub pages. I don't know why.
When you say you're not receiving any GitHub pages link, can you
And
explain that a bit better?
yeah, so first time we run round one, right?
Yeah.
So in round one, our one of the repository GitHub pages created. So we can check from GitHub repositories. So inside that we go and we go into Actions tab, right?
So yeah, so what you're saying is you're generating the GitHub pages and you're
Uh,
generating the URL, right?
that URL can be accessed from GitHub, that GitHub repo link, and after that we are going to that Actions page, Actions tab. From Actions tab, we are getting the GitHub pages link.
So yeah, but are you sending that URL back to us through your response when you send the response to us within 10 minutes or whatever it is, the time frame?
So that pages link, I don't know, like I don't know.
You don't know
Yeah,
how to retrieve it.
yeah, I have sent. I don't know. In development, I was doing, but I am not sure, sir.
Okay. So your issue is what exact that you're not able to retrieve it.
Yeah, if I'm going to my GitHub, what do you say, GitHub link, like my
Yeah.
GitHub on personal GitHub. So there I have to go manually to Actions tab.
Correct. Yeah,
So
yeah. You're going using the browser, right? But the
yeah.
whole point is you should do it programmatically. You should get the URL for your GitHub pages programmatically. So that was demonstrated in the teaching sessions how you do that. So I would advise watching those sessions and seeing how it's done.
So in Hugging Fast logs, it's not showing any link. Hello.
Um, right. I'm
and
still not
and
sure
even manual
what.
and so okay, even if manually I'm going, I am not finding any link. At least they have like created a link, that share volume they have created, so that
Hmm.
must have created link, so at least I can access manually. Even manually I'm not getting the link in Actions tab.
Anyway, I will make a note of it over here.
Yeah. And sir, what if I if they are not receiving through the terminal, if they are not receiving the link, then what will happen?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure at this stage. So okay. I
So
made a
I've done
note.
the project correctly, sir. Is everything is working fine, sir? So please,
Right, right. Everything is okay. You're saying everything is working fine. We also have a solution that works fine. So once we show the solution, you'll
oh,
probably get a better idea of what's going wrong, right? So
yeah.
yeah, okay. That will be in the next session anyway. We'll
Okay.
demonstrate
Thank you,
a
sir. Thank you,
fully
sir.
working solution. Okay, next is Vedant.
Hello, yes, sir. Can I present my screen? I have actually two doubts.
Okay, can you first tell what the doubts are?
Sir, I have some doubts regarding to the project and the two tasks we have received today.
Okay, what are those doubts specifically?
One is LLM pages and second one is share volume.
Yeah, and
So, like today there was a little outage here in the Gemini API. So like my first task failed due to this, and like no code was generated here. So like will there be anything we we will be getting this covered in second task or something?
so when you say there is an outage, I see there is
Yes.
usage, right? If you look at your Gemini usage, some
No,
tasks have come to it, right?
yes, yes. This was like first task we have received, and this was the error. We got three, like I sent three API requests, and all three were errored. 503
Okay.
service unavailable.
Do you have logs that show what the error was?
Not for the first task, but I have for the second task. The first task probably have purged.
So if you've got logs, okay, so this is one thing we always recommend. Whenever you're handling LLMs, always have detailed logs, right? So if you've got logs, put the logs in the discourse page, and we will have a look at those logs.
Okay, because like
Excuse me, sir.
I have this like in this dashboard,
Yeah.
the proof that the API request had failed, and the second one is the
Yeah,
share volume
but we are not
task.
sure why it failed, right? So that's why I'm saying logs would be useful.
Yeah,
Because
the
the error could be any number of reasons, right? So, and the other thing I wanted to mention, see, I've mentioned this in previous terms as well, and I think the TAs also have talked about this, and even I've spoken with JK in operations about this. So, if you were using our uh, uh, key,
AI
okay,
pipe.
our AI pipe key, then we are responsible if there are any outages. If you use your own keys, then that responsibility will fall upon you. Okay, so there is that aspect of it, because in that sense, anyone can use any key, and then they will say there's an outage. Means then what is the solution to that is a big question. The reason I mentioned that is because think about this. Now we have shown you the tasks. So in one sense, you can already adjust your code and make changes so that you can deal with it, right? So that's not going to be fair on other students. So there is that aspect of it. And how do we resolve that is an open question. But this is what we deal with when you use your own key. So that is something. Again, I'll make a note of it that there was a Gemini outage specifically for you, but you will have to
No, sir,
provide
like
some.
it was
Yeah.
for everyone. Like many students are.
Everyone means not everyone on planet Earth, right? So it will be for some people, and for some others it will not be there. So it's a difficult question to answer. I'm not sure what. So one thing Anand suggested last time, and I think even in the first session of project one that he took, people asked this question as well. And he said you have to make your project have a fallback plan. If your key fails, then have a fallback plan, as in it will use something else. So this is something that even operations had mentioned for last term. Last term, there were some students who had this same issue. And so that was something that was mentioned. So if you didn't have a fallback plan, so where your key didn't work with one particular provider, then it's always good to have a fallback second provider to go on. But I'll make a note of it, but I cannot tell you what the resolution to that is now will be. Okay.
Okay, and the second outage, we received the second task in the evening, which uses this data.sec.gov API. And the thing is, this API fails due to a course error. One more student mentioned this some in the earlier doubts, and in the documentation, it clearly says that this API does not support course. So I think
Okay.
this task itself is like invalid or something. Maybe we should be given a replacement task.
Okay. Can you send me the link to the page in
Sure,
the
sir.
box?
I have sent it.
Sure. Thanks. Okay. I've made a
Thank
note of that. Okay.
you. Okay, sir.
Yeah. We'll try and be
Excuse,
as fair as possible to everybody. Okay. So yeah.
yeah, excuse me, sir. One update I want to give, sir.
Let me take it on order. Just raise your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, sir, I've
So
already done with, previously. My name is Aviral, and I just want to tell you one thing. I can see the GitHub pages in terminal logs. Is that okay?
you can see the GitHub page
Yeah,
terminal
yeah.
and
We
logs.
just talked now that I'm not sure. I've just checked right now Hugging Faces logs, so I can see the
Oh,
GitHub
right,
page.
right. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that's okay.
Sorry, you're
Hello.
not audible. Can you repeat
Yeah,
again?
yeah. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying that I'm receiving GitHub pages, that link, which I've tested right now from local development. So that Hugging Face link I have just checked, and I'm receiving in Hugging Face, what do you say, that GitHub pages link. I'm receiving in Hugging Face logs.
Okay.
Is that fine?
I mean, is it fine means the answer to that will be in our evaluation end, right? You have to send us the URL through your response to our evaluation server. That's how it works. So then when we receive your URL, then we are able to test your application, your GitHub Pages application. So that's how it works. You have to send us both URLs, and both those URLs will have to come within 10 minutes of us sending the initial request. That's the workflow.
It's taking little time, but within 10 minutes, both the URLs are coming.
Yeah. But have you sent it to our evaluation server? Has your application server responded with those and sent it to our evaluation server? That's the question you have to check.
Okay.
Is that what your application does? If it doesn't do that, then we would have not evaluated.
Okay, sir. I'll say. Okay.
So next is Atharva.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had a small doubt. When the first task was given to us, actually there was some error that I came through with the logs. There was invalid line basically. It was not being used in any of the code, but it caused a dependency issue. So there was a requirement which was deprecated. So I just removed that line and recommitted the repository, and then the second task worked fine. But right now, in a previous doubt, you said that changes right now are not allowed. So I was just asking that whether it is okay that I made that change. Like it was not any operational issue, just a dependency error.
Yeah, so we are able to detect changes. The question is, do we apply a penalty for that or not? We haven't made a decision on exactly what we do with regards to that. Either we completely ignore the change you made in the sense that we only take your application that was working at that specific time or whatever. So that I cannot comment on right now. But the principle is that you're not supposed to make any changes. But we are able to detect changes that you commit. So
yeah, I mean, it was not a big change actually. Just one line I removed. So if
a dependency, yes. But that can be for everyone can say, oh, it's only 2 lines or 1 line or 3 lines. So,
yeah, but from the commit it can be checked now, like how much you have changed. So actually, if it, even if it's a penalty, it is fine. Like totally discarding would be bad for me.
Yeah, I cannot respond to that now, but I've made it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, next is Karthikeyan.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good evening. Good afternoon.
I just want to share my screen and then check with you that these are all the things happened. And
okay, can you just tell me what the doubt exactly is?
Actually, 2 requests have come. I can see it in my Hugging Face, and the workflow has, as per the requirement, the workflow has completed, and GitHub repository also created. But I just want to. I'm not too sure whether what has happened because.
So don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it. Because I don't want to.
Are all okay or not okay. That's it.
So I don't want to do that here because then everyone will start showing their screens to get some comfort, right? You will get a resolution to that once we look at the evaluation results. We will send you the results. Then at that point, we will send the files, the evaluation script, all these things we will provide you. We'll send you detailed logs and all that sort of thing. And then at that point, if you have a question about how the evaluation was done or if it has not been done correctly, because you may find that actually it worked fine, right? So then this discussion is not.
We do not have those kind of at least I don't have that kind of intelligence to question what all these things. So only thing is I just I do not have such a capacity to read what you are going to give to me and then review, and again I'm going to ask again to the TAs or whoever is involved.
But at that time it will be more appropriate because the reason will be at that time you will have those files with you. And we will also have a log of your submission. So then we are able to look here and we are able to compare it with what your submission is. So at this point, I don't want to.
I've made some logs wherein GitHub is successful and then the deployment that io.io, github.io is done. And then there is a successful result to evaluation URL. That
So
URL
keep
is what my doubt is. TDS, it says TDS, because these things I retrieve and then put it back because I do not know what is that. I just want this TDS hyphen LLM hyphen code hyphen deploy dot s dot anand dot net
Yes,
slash
that's the
evaluate.
server.
This is what
That's
has
the
come
server.
for both the this one, and there is a repository created and something is coming in that.
Sure.
I can see the page, but I'm not able to what was the request. I'm not able to clearly see, at least for the second one, which is the share volume. I can see what is the request, but that first one, LLM pages, that I'm not able to
Yes.
understand what is that. That LLM pages, this is a request of app LLM pages. I'm not able to understand what is the app. It just shows a page, some links are there. When I click on the link, something comes. That's what happens.
So we won't discuss the solution today. It will happen in the next session. But that's why I don't want to take this question today, right? Because it will be more appropriate when we show you the solution, show you how the evaluation server is working. So then all those things will be covered. And I suspect all of you will want to see that anyway.
Yeah. And both are round one only, it came for me. It's not round one and round two. Two different round ones came. So that's what happened.
There will be 3 different round ones actually. Partly it will depend on what Anand sir has run, and I think part of it is I think he checks if there has been a success or not, and all these sorts of things it is checking. He hasn't provided me the results yet of all those evaluations that are still ongoing at this moment. So that's why
then we will see it later.
Correct. That's why I don't want to take that question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next is Subrat. Yes, please.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I just wanted to know that in my Hugging Face logs, I can see all the logs regarding the request that you are sending, and in the GitHub pages also the repositories are visible. I'm just a bit confused that are you guys receiving the URL and the everything, or is it just on my side? Like, is there a way to know that you are able to evaluate what I have sent in that?
So one way for you to know it is when you send a request from your side to our server, you will get a 200 response, meaning everything is okay. That way you will know that we received the request okay. Just like when we send a request to your server, you respond with a 200, right? So then we know, okay, yeah, everything is fine. So that's how it works. So you will know that.
Yes, sir. And so, if I don't get that 200 okay when I send to your server, sir, so can I make changes in the code to do that? Like, is it allowed?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not allowed. That's the whole point of this exercise is to be automated, right? So that is not allowed. But that being said, even if you make changes, it's not going to materially affect us because we will still evaluate you based on the SHA commits that are made, right? We will look at your code point at a certain specific point in operation. That's how it works.
And sir, your server, what do you mean? What is the link for that server? Like, if I want to test, right now, can I test? I'm
you can't send us request without us initiating a request, because what will happen is we will send you a one-time what do you call for it key, right? And then you send it back to us. So now if you send another one-time key to our server, it is not going to check you, right? Because it will know that it is a duplicate request from your end.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Next is Abir. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, my problem is, which has occurred in both the test cases, is that when the evaluation task was being sent, then it has it has shown me that the GitHub repository could not be created because it had exceeded the 350 character limit, and also there were some mm, control statements like the new line character or some this kind of things. So sir,
which task was it? Do you know exactly which task was it?
Sir, it was LLM pages and the share, and the other tasks was
I know,
and the other
but
task was the share volume. In both the cases that happened.
No, in LLM pages, which particular part of the task was it that it failed?
Actually, when the evaluation task, when the post was being made, then when this post came, then the GitHub repo should have been created, which for other cases which I ran for the sample test cases, it had worked. But in these cases, it had it has sent me the logs that it has exceeded the that is the description has exceeded the GitHub's 350 character limit or included control characters. Due to this, the code was not evaluated even, so it did not
Okay.
proceed. So can I make some changes or like sanitize it before, like
So
make
no changes.
trunk
Look,
it
I like to
to.
again say no changes are allowed. But what I would suggest is you put your errors that you found in discourse, right? So then what we
Yes,
can do
sir. I
is,
have.
we,
Yes, sir. I have posted that.
if, yeah, if you put the logs or whatever your errors you encountered on there, then we can review it, and as part of our evaluation process, we will see if these issues we are seeing across the board or it is particular to some people's. Because see, you're not the only one who would have received this task, right? So others also will receive this task. So why theirs works and yours doesn't work is something we'll have to look at, right? So,
Yeah, I may
but
have to
put, yeah,
sanitize it, like truncate it
yeah,
down to 350. So
yeah.
will I not make any changes, right?
Yeah, don't make changes. I mean, if for your own happiness, you can make changes. There's no issues with that because it's all a learning thing only. But in terms of an evaluation aspect, the changes you're not supposed to make changes after that. But
Acha, sir, can
currently,
you
we
okay?
are just
Acha,
yeah.
okay. Okay, so can you
So
send the round one tasks again if I make the changes? Is
no,
it allowed?
we will send you the whole evaluation script only. So that will happen in the next session. So we will explain the solution. We'll share with you the evaluation script we used and
That
everything
means
we will
for
show
the
you.
round one, the evaluation is completed.
I do not know the answer to that. Anand said he will send me the results once all the evaluations are finished. So I don't know is the
So,
answer.
so if we make any changes, like we correct it, then it will not be evaluated anymore, right? For
Most
our
likely
end.
not, because
Mm,
yes,
okay, sir. Sir,
but
then we
but
will
I
not make
don't
any
know.
changes. But if for round two, like there will be updations in the existing repos, and also may, and if it is not, then it will create a repo. Then if at that time the round two succeeds, then if I
Yeah.
sanitize
So
this issue.
typically okay. So typically, if you failed in round one, right, then it will not send you a round two anyway, because if
Oh,
you don't, yeah, because round two is always a modification of the existing round.
yeah, but this error occurred only because of the GitHub's 350 character limit. But
Yeah,
as it
sure.
was not,
Yeah.
I didn't know that this will cause an error. I didn't
Okay.
assume
Yeah.
that thing, so I
Sure. Sure.
didn't
I've made a
make.
note of it anyway. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Next is Nitya. Yes, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I have the same issue as Adil just had. That I
Yeah.
also got 422 error, and it is saying that description control characters are not allowed, and description cannot be
Okay.
more than 350 characters. So, sir,
Okay.
what can I do by my part? Because then my round one and two both evaluation will be like I will like have 0 marks if nothing can
Yeah.
be changed. And
So
yeah,
yeah.
sir.
So first thing is post on discourse this exact
Yes, sir. So
issue.
I have
Uh,
already.
yeah. So then we will make note of the issues on discourse,
Okay, sir.
and I've already noted this problem. So if we find it's a widespread issue, then that means there is something wrong with our test methodology, right? But
Okay.
if it's not a widespread issue, then there may be something else might be wrong. But I can't answer the question right now.
Okay, sir.
But I
So
made a
I
note
hope
of it.
you. So thank you so much. I hope you will
Yeah.
find some solution to this error.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. No issues. Thank you. Okay. Next is Geeta.
Good evening, sir. Sir,
Good evening.
I received a message saying that the pages build and deployment all jobs were cancelled, and but my share volume and my LLM pages got created. So is it that it was resent because of some timeout? Because it says canceling since a higher priority waiting request for pages built and deployment at the rate main exists. I don't know what is the meaning of this. The operation was cancelled, and then canceling since a higher priority waiting request for pages build and deployment at the rate main exists.
Okay, can you post this error in discourse and
Yes, sir.
make a
Yes, sir.
post about put your logs also, okay? Because the logs will help us as well. So if you've got detailed logs and the error itself, then and which
Okay,
task is associated with, if you put those details in there, then we'll have a look.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. But my pages got my GitHub repos got created, sir. So I think it's going.
Yeah,
It has done a retry or something like that. I don't know, but I'll put it
yeah,
up
it's
on Discord.
possible. Yeah, it's possible because see at this moment what I'm currently waiting on is all the results to be available to me, right? So once all the results are available, then we will look and see what responses we got out of your server, and then we will send these pieces of information to yourselves as well. So then you will be able to see if everything worked out fine, or if it didn't work out fine, then we are able to dig deeper and see what the issue is.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Shibin, yes, please.
Yes, hello sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, okay sir. So I mean both of my tasks worked well, but on the share volume one, the GitHub pages were created, but there was error fetching data. It shows in the console that it's 404. That's when I tried to like understand why it happened. I mean, Gemini told me that it's due to the proxy from AI pipe. I don't understand what actually happened.
Okay. You're using Gemini key in the AI pipe, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, earlier someone had mentioned that they had an outage. What you can do is you can look up in AI Studio your key and see when it started getting used. And if there's an outage associated with it, then perhaps you can report it in discourse. And then we will review and see what can be done about it. Apart from that, I am not certain what. Normally, you will not get a 404. Usually, if it is a refusal on the service, you will usually get a different error. But nevertheless, I would suggest you first check that. Check your actual Gemini key usage on AI Studio. And
Yeah,
then,
I did check that, and I mean it was around noon, 12:30, but the task 2 happened around 6 p.m. I guess. So
okay,
I
so there
don't.
was no request after that, is it?
No.
Okay. Uh, Again, what I would suggest is post on discourse what the error and the logs are. Try to be as descriptive as possible with your logs, and whatever error information you have, and then we will have a look at it. So this is a partly different issue, right? This is 404 on proxy, on AI pipe proxy, but using Gemini key, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
You
Okay.
configured it, you have tested it before, right? With Gemini?
Yeah, I have tested those 3 scenarios which was given in the project statement.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Next is Agni Hotra.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, my actual question was actually it was already mentioned by Vedanta. It was about CORS. One more
About
thing is,
cores, is it?
yes. One more thing is the evaluation uh, weightage, something like how we
So I didn't quite hear the last bit, but I understood that you wanted to know the weightage of the scores, right? So we haven't decided that yet because we are waiting to see all the results first, see if there is some changes required in our testing methodology. And if everyone's scoring good marks and only a few are having issues, then obviously that it means that the testing regime is okay. If we notice there is some widespread issue on a particular aspect of the testing, then we know there's something wrong with our testing. So until we have a more clear picture about our testing results, and we have a bit more fine-grained detail on that, it's at that point we will decide how the evaluation is to be done and what weights to give to what to different parts. I mentioned this earlier in the session. I'll mention it again. This is the most complex automated evaluation we have ever done. It involves not just objective tests, but it also involves us sending some information to the GPT to carry out some tests. So we have a GPT agent that will be carrying out some tests that are a little more subjective. But we have both objective and subjective tests that are part of it. And it's a complex bit of code. So part of that means we were not able to provide you a weightage scheme beforehand, because we also are waiting to see what happens when the evaluation finishes. So, but it will be a fair evaluation. So if we notice there are problems, then we will consider this. Okay.
At least maybe it depends on the code generated by LLM or the code we created. The more weightage.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can be. It can depend on a lot of factors. Yeah. So I mean, if your prompts are of poor quality, then your LLM will generate poor quality code. Big part of this was learning how to do the right kind of prompt engineering. That usually solves a lot of issues that most people will face. And it's a learning skill. It is something, when we started out with prompt engineering, we were writing very rubbish prompts. But as our experience grew with it, we understood what works, what doesn't work. Some practices we implemented in our code generation, and we improved over time. So it's something that will come with experience. The more you use it, the more better you will get at it. And the takeaway from this should be, don't stop with just this project. Keep making mini projects of various kinds, solving different things that are challenging programmatically, but keep doing it, and then you will get better and better and better, and you will be way ahead of the curve of many other people. So so that's what I would say. Okay. Next is Jayesh.
Yes, sir. I would like to ask if the first request has been sent to all students, or is it still in progress? Because I checked my deployment, I have not seen any request till now.
What have you hosted on?
I have hosted on what is it? Render.
Okay. As far as I know, I think evaluations are still going on, because I haven't received an email. So Anand said he will send me an email with the preliminary results as soon as evaluations are finished. So
okay,
understandably it takes a long time, because we have roughly nearly 1,000 submissions, which means there are going to be 3,000 requests that are being sent. 3,000 wake up calls, and then maybe 3,000 requests, because some servers would require a wake up call first, and then once it's up and alive, then it will send a request. So these things will take time. So we don't send 3,000 concurrently, because then it may be flagged. So we are sending them. The concurrency will depend. I think initially we have set out a concurrency of 10 requests at a time, something like that. Wait for them to process through and things.
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't.
Yes, I was getting concerned that maybe I had done something wrong, but so I just wanted to confirm if the first round is still going, or has it ended, or I just not received the request. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I don't know if it is finished. That is the situation at the moment, because it's running on Anand's Cloudflare server that he's got up and running, and I don't have access credentials to it, so I can't check.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Rishabh?
Yes, sir. So I had the Gemini problem in my logs where Gemini did not respond with the code and it gave an error. So I wanted to ask that the project document says that if the response is not an HTTP 200, then try up to 3 times over 3 to 24 hours and then fail. So I wanted to ask that will I be getting more requests on my API endpoint?
Right. So just give me 1 second here. Yeah. Okay. So the answer to that is so post request. So the response is not 200. I have to 3 times. Okay. So this is on our end, right? I'll make a note of it.
I mean, I just had like my entire code was working fine, and I just had the Gemini outage problem. And then I remembered that, in the document, I read that they will try up to 3 times over 24 hours, and then they will fail. So I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, it's a good point you raised. I'll check with Anand. I haven't specifically asked him if this was coded in, but he used the evaluate tasks when he was creating the code for the evaluation. So I suspect he must have put it in there. If that's the case, then you're in good shape, and others who have this Gemini outage issue also will be in good shape. I'll just, but I made a note. I'll ask him tomorrow. We have a meeting with him in the morning. So at that morning meeting, I will check it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for reminding us. Thanks.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah, next, there are no more questions. Okay, let's see the chat window. For me, I can't hear anything. Please unmute. Okay, that was the link. Okay, yeah. Evaluations, I've already mentioned that we haven't decided on the weightage for things. We are waiting to see all the results. Then Jayesh asks, has everyone received their first request because he cannot see his? Yeah, so maybe Jayesh, you might be waiting between 3 to 24 hours, depending on if you have managed to get your server awake or not. Only one round so far. I don't know about the rounds, if it's only one round so far or if 2 rounds have been started. That I'm still waiting on finding out myself, so I don't know the answer. Thanks. Best of 3 talks, 3 tasks, right? Best of 3 tasks or the average. So we haven't decided. It depends on if the 3 tasks. So say for example, task 1, task 2, everybody or a large number of students managed to get it working, and task 3, virtually everyone failed. Then we might not even consider task 3 as an evaluation. So I can't answer that question at the moment. Until we see all the results, we will then make a decision on that, or if some other task has to be sent instead. So in task 1 itself, I think Anand had a list of mixed tasks that he will pick and choose and send to students. So depending on what it was, I guess we'll have to see. Okay, so that's the best thing I can say about that. Sir had used Vercel for deployment. Its logs vanish after 1 hour. Is there any other method? So so one thing with Vercel, so something you have to understand about the quirks of Vercel, but if you are able to output the logs using, so there is a service available for free where it's a database that is hosted online. So typically what you can do is you can shoot off those logs to an online database. I forget the name. I think it's in one of the course topics, right? I think first week or second week, where there is, I think it's called Sentry, where you can use it as a temporary storage for your records that are coming out of the logs. So, and it's free. So it is a nice, easy way for you to record these sorts of issues. So that's what I would suggest with regards to Vercel. Okay. Yes, Aviral is next, I think.
Yeah. Sir, can I show the screen for a second, sir? It's very confusing.
What's the doubt?
Yeah, the logs only. That's we have talked about that. GitHub pages. Yeah. Can I share for?
Yeah. Look. The reason I don't want to take it specifically at this moment is because we don't have your results yet, right? So until I have your results and I have something to look that up against, it will not be helpful for all of us here at the moment. So that's why I would avoid doing that and rather take any other doubts that is worth addressing at the moment. I would say with regards to your server working and all these things, if there are errors, definitely make a note of the errors, save them somewhere, and post them in Discourse. Definitely do that. At the very least, save them. Even if you don't post it in Discourse, this is for everyone. Just make sure you're recording all your logs. Okay, what the request that came in, what your response you sent out, what you sent to the GPT, what the GPT sent back to you. Log all those things. That is very important because then you're able to diagnose what the issue is, right? And then we are able to help you meaningfully also.
My issue is showing LLM code generation failure. Evaluation failure is not showing. LLM code generation failure is showing, sir.
Yours is Gemini API, is it?
Yeah, I'm using Gemini and all. That's why.
Okay, yeah. So definitely record all those things. Once I speak to Anand tomorrow, we will. I will have a more clear picture of, because what might end up happening is like what I was talking to the other student just now. It might be that your system failed, right? So then when we find a failure on our end, we might resend the request between 3 to 24 hours. I don't know. I have to check with Anand if his script does that or not. So you might still be able.
Mine is working fine. I'm checking with the Hugging Face link, live link. So that is working absolutely fine. I'm just creating calculator, whatever is working absolutely fine. But I don't know what's the problem from that side. And I'm also sharing evaluation link. Otherwise, if evaluation have failed, that would have printed that because the same repo. If we create with the same name, then it will definitely show evaluation failed. So it's not showing that either. So I mean, evaluation would have sent to your side, but I don't know like what's happening.
To give you some, Aviral, to give you some perspective, right? So around 358 submissions were Hugging Face submissions. So if you find 358 failures, then we know there's a problem, right? Or, no, it doesn't even have to be 358. If there are mostly failures, we know there is a problem. But if you're a one-off or there are only a few people who had the issue, then most likely the problem is somewhere with your code, right? But I can't answer that question until we see the results.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying just little patience. We will know within the next sort of 24 to 48 hours what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, so we have to share it on the Discourse, right?
Yeah, if you've got some things that you want to put on Discourse, by all means put it on Discourse, no problem. Because we will.
Should I wait for their response?
Definitely record all the logs. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
then
I will record
if it becomes
logs.
Then and if it becomes necessary, if it becomes necessary, you can post on it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I think that's about all the time we have. We've got 5 more minutes. If anyone has any more issues or questions. Okay, since there are no more questions, I'll say thanks everyone, and we'll be having the next session. I think currently it's scheduled for Saturday. Can we edit the code base? So you can edit the code base, but it is your code will be evaluated on whatever the SHA commit at the time of the deadline is. But you can always do things. There is no. The principle is that you're not supposed to edit after the deadline. Whether we decide to penalize you or completely ignore your submission after any changes, that we haven't done a decision on that. So if you're going to do it, it's going to be at your risk. Then you can't later tell us, oh, I didn't realize. The principle is you're not supposed to make changes after that. Yes, Ashwin.
Sir, this share volume, what is this exactly task about? What it do actually? Because I can see in my GitHub that 2 tasks are run. One is LLM pages, other is share volume on my submitted link. So what is this actually task share volume do?
Yeah, so the share volume is basically there is a let me pull it up here. So there is what's it? Yeah. So the idea here is you're assigned some company and you're assigned the company symbol and things of that sort. And then you're given some endpoint where you're supposed to get some information. And then there are some tasks that specifically associated with that company where you're supposed to find, for example, min and max, the highest and lowest of the value is, and all these sorts of things have to be found out. And then you have to create and some fetch command from an SEC endpoint, and all these sorts of little things are there. So there are some various aspects about it that you have to solve. And then we check, so some tests that we run on it, or rather you should run on it and we also will run on it, is, does each of the required file that we needed to be on the GitHub actually exist? Does the uid.txt exist? Does it contain the MIT license? Does it contain the data.json? Is it a valid JSON? Does the data.json have the maximum object and the value? So there are some checks that we are doing, okay, as far as the task is concerned. So
because I have just observed like my GitHub pages are created, but the pages has the information like error loading data, outstanding share, maximum outstanding shares, and that is showing error. So that I was not aware about what exactly it is doing in that, because the pages are created to show that logs are right.
Yeah. So some people have succeeded. Okay, we know that for sure. That some people succeeded in doing that second task. So it just depends on how the task was carried out by either your GPT or your coding logic and things of that sort. So and we also have a solution script. So next session we will show you that.
Okay, and as of now, it looks like just round one is done on the two tasks, because the logs show it just round one.
Yeah, possibly it could be only round one. Yeah. So some people round one and round two are done. So it depends on who you are and where you are in the queue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir pasted something in the chat, so that
two different round one requests. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check and see what we sent to you specifically, and what the responses we got out of the server when we sent it to you. Then we'll be able to respond more meaningfully to your question. So I don't know the answer just by looking at this at the moment. I have to also see what we sent from our end. Okay, Aviral?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, these things in the chat window are also being recorded, so it will we will be able to pull this up from our records on this G drive. Okay, I think that's it. It's 10 o'clock now. Thanks everyone. And currently we are scheduled for Saturday. If that changes, we will let you know. But the next session will be for Saturday, and we'll have a solution script. We'll also show you our evaluation script. We'll explain how it works. And hopefully by then, my hope is you will have your results, and then you will be able to ask more meaningful questions, and we will also be able to give you more meaningful answers also, and we'll be able to talk through some of these issues in more depth. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir.